All right, welcome to session 9 of Masks, Heroes Abound. Let's start off with our intro, just for kicks. Yeah, we do. Cool. All right, so yeah, let's start us off. Let's see, so you have Steve. Hey. We have Billy Joe.
Hi.
We've got Josh.
Hello.
And last but not least, Adam.
Hello?
Excellent. Stars the show. All right, so let's kick things off. I figured we just kind of jump into it, unless you guys have something you want to start out with or anything like that.
Nothing from me.
Nope. Good to go.
Excellent. Just a moment. Cool. All right. So yeah, you guys are. We'll say, just after school, you guys are probably heading home on the subway system. When suddenly you do actually hear your Purple Rain start playing, like on all your phones simultaneously, as it does.
Pick it up. That could only mean one thing.
It could only mean one thing:
That's right.
that somebody
I-
loves Prince, and who doesn't really?
That's right. I look at my phone.
It's fair.
Is it a call or a text?
This is a call. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It is a text. This is like 911, 911, 911, 911. You've never seen actual more than one quick 911 before.
I pull up the Hero Finder app and see if I can find any that might correlate.
You definitely do. Let's see here. There you go. You do see there's a new construction site, kind of not too far away from where Mali lives, actually. They're putting up like a new like apartment building type of thing. It's one of those where it's just started, so you have like the rebar and like some cement up. You have the big foundation dug out and everything, but it's not really truly started yet. Yeah, and it's like this huge blip of Night Stalker, and it's like there's blip, 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 blip all around there. So people are nearby and reporting it all over the place.
Let's
Now
get
I
Bob's
know.
up.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know. I'm feeling a little leery because we've never gotten such a frantic emergency text before. So I want to make sure that it actually did come from Night Stalker
Okay,
or from Captain Midnight.
cool. How do you intend to do that?
That's a great
I
question.
would like to. I'd like to contact, or get a hold of one of my contacts.
Oh, sure.
I'm just
Anyone in
trying to think of who
particular?
the best one would be.
Oh, good question. Let's see. Actually, I have that on my cheat sheet. Hold on.
Uh, so I have this one contact, Mad Magpie,
Yep.
and I have them set to be like my contact for materials, but in all of the sessions I haven't actually used them for anything, let alone for materials. Can I change what their focus is?
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
What do you want it to be?
I want to make it like um, uh, more like insider info from the police perspective, whereas Cousin Lovelace is insider info from the villainous perspective.
Oh, I see.
I want to have a contact at the cop station.
Cool.
Like maybe it could be, maybe I've formed a relationship with one of the cops, just having been in the system and whatever, and so I can call him or text him from time to time.
Gotcha. Now those are actually they're supposed to be like from your criminal past. That's part of their dealio. Could it be like a hacker that tends to kind of
Oh
get
yeah,
information from the police department type of thing?
yeah. That works. That works.
Excellent.
So we'll still call him Mad Magpie then. That works.
Cool. Yeah, Magpie doesn't being a hacker doesn't really do the whole talking thing. But
Right.
is it he or she or
I don't
not
know.
or okay,
Unknown.
unknown. Okay, and then they
Yep.
will respond to like a text. He probably they probably have you doing it on like what's that encrypted
Oh
I,
yeah, like a WhatsApp or a
yeah, WhatsApp type of thing. Yeah,
Kick or something. Yeah,
yeah. And he might they might even have like the specialized one just between you two type of thing. But yeah,
sure.
yeah. The text comes flowing in. You know, what do you need? Very very quick and to the point.
Um, uh, just I see a bunch of stuff going on in this area of town. What's going on? And can I get a trace on this text that I just received? I want to verify the identity of the sender.
Magpie texts back. Now you're talking my language. So I'll let you mark whatever needs to be marked. I off the top of my head, I don't recall what that exactly is, like the
Yep.
assistant's check mark or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll let you keep care of that. But anyway, it takes about 30 seconds, and suddenly, you get trace confirmed, and then you get a video. It's actually what you see is, kind of, uh, looks like a first person point of view. Someone's there with their camera phone, and Magpie has tapped into it. And maybe this is even posted online, but it looks like it's live, and
Okay.
it basically shows Night Stalker being tossed around by Mercury, like
Oh
badly
snap.
tossed around. There, in fact, when the thing ends, it shows him being basically thrown into one of the pillars of rebar, and it kind of wraps around him, type of dealio.
Okay. Lots of 911s indeed. I guess it's warranted.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
He should have been fighting instead of sending texts.
Oh my god. That's don't drive in text, not just don't get your ass kicked in text.
Right.
It's a
And
fine
voice
line, I grant
activation.
you. There you go. This might have been a built-in macro. Like, help! But yeah.
Well, this is almost our stop, so let's go.
Yep.
Yeah, as you guys step off the train, you can actually hear the reverberation of things going on not too far away. Again, this even though the construction isn't up there, those pylons are dug deep into the ground, and then every time it hits, reverberation goes straight through to the ground out, and you can feel it here. There might even be some little bits of mortar dropping from the ceiling type of thing.
Oh wow. A lot of civilians in the area, or
From the look of the video, they're pretty much keeping it inside the construction area. So that doesn't necessarily mean that civilians are safe. There are some around there. Like, there's always the looky-loos type of dealio. But
Okay.
right now, at least, they're keeping it inside the construction area. And that's probably very much due to Night Stalker's, strategy, from what you've seen of him before.
Cool. So is it just Mercury that Night Stalker is fighting, or are there any others too?
You from the video you don't see anyone else, but you do see as in that if you kind of look at the video again, the last scene, there you see like what looks like smoke contrails hitting above them and then raining down some more stuff on top of them, and that looks suspiciously like Skyrocket.
Gotcha.
All right.
Who you guys have faced before. What do you do?
It's always assumed that we just have our costumes with us, right?
Oh yeah. I'm not like that, Nix. Don't.
I think the first thing is change our costumes. We'll find
we
phone,
run
find a
back
phone.
home. We
I mean,
change.
I could do that, but I was just making sure.
I'm not that guy.
To the group, do you think we need any sort of gear to fight him? I know that we did beat Mercury last time, but more than likely, this sounds more and more like a big
setup.
showdown or a setup. So I know that there is a cache near here that we might be able to grab some stuff in.
I
don't think we have time.
Yeah,
Going in.
I agree with Wraith.
Gotcha. Unless you guys want to divide the team.
I look at Molly.
I don't really want to separate just yet.
All right, let's do our
Let's engage.
our Sailor Moon change thing.
At
At least mine's a Sailor Moon
I
change.
forget.
You can
Montage.
do a Sailor Moon change thing.
Yeah, is it is it Wraith the only one who doesn't have like the insta
Wraith-
change?
I usually set the shadow for wherever we go, or wherever we want to change, so there's
Yeah.
less onlookers.
Yeah, we have to wait for Wraith because he takes forever. Everybody else is almost instant.
And he has to get his hair just right. I mean, it's
Can't
just
set up the shadow and change.
Or I forget, Leech, did we say it was like one of those hidden in your wristwatch type of dealios?
Mm-hmm.
I think we established that.
Like nanotech.
Nanotech type stuff, so it kind
In
of
the wristwatch, you activate it, and then it kind of comes out like I don't think this is a spoiler. Like Iron Man's newest iteration of his suit, it's all nanotech.
Oh yeah,
Meanwhile,
that was
the
in,
rest of us are like making sure we have our boots and and like pulling everything out.
And mine magically appears.
And Nyx has like super speed, so
Yeah.
she's like. So really,
So it is literally everyone rating for Wraith.
yeah. And we're like, geez, come on.
All right, yeah. So you guys, I'm assuming you guys kind of do this on the run almost, as you guys are heading up through the through the stairwell up to the surface.
Yeah, that would be a cool look.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. And like I'm imagining it like the shot going down the stairway coming up of like blackness, and then like all of a sudden you guys break the plane of the shadow type stuff, and boom, suddenly 4 heroes going straight at the camera.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So cool. Yeah, you guys pop up, and actually before we get too involved, I want to so you have one team just to start. So since you're about to engage a dangerous foe as a team, let's see. So there's already one. We're gonna add 2 going through this. Who's the leader here?
I don't mind being the leader, but Wraith did kind of lead the charge in. So I'd be happy if he
Wraith will do it.
too.
Okay.
Awesome.
Wraith is leader. All right. Let's see. So
Saving his mentor.
yeah. Oh, very good point.
Yeah, for sure.
So does the leader have influence over every teammate?
No.
No.
Currently, I only have influence over Molly and Leech.
Yeah, you took influence away from me, so that's whatever.
Whatevs. All right. Everyone has the same purpose in the fight, I'm assuming?
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right.
Save Night Stalker, kick butt.
That'll be
for sure.
So if you can do 2 lines, yeah. Let's see. Okay, so that's 3. If does any team member mistrust the leader?
No.
Not I.
Excellent. Let's see. I don't feel that you're ill prepared or off balance. This is pretty standard for any heroes in Halcyon City. So so we'll start with let's see, 3, total of 4, including the original one you get. So just putting it out there, and also Wraith, just as a reminder, if you do want to spend team without actually taking the team point away, you can take a condition instead as team leader.
Yep.
Okay, just a reminder
Oh,
of that
I don't think I
mechanic.
knew that.
Now,
I do not remember knowing that before either.
yeah.
Crazy.
Since time has passed, we still have our conditions.
I'm gonna say you can wipe them for this session.
I mean, I had afraid. I'm assuming at one point, probably.
Oh yeah.
I was just curious.
No, it's fair. We'll say a bit of time has passed here, so let's clear conditions for this one. They will stay between this session and next session, so kind of keep that in mind. And again, as a prelude to that, remember the power of defending and comforting, and supporting, and of course the standard clear conditions moves.
If they're still hammering on Night Stalker, that's what I'm looking to do.
Nice.
Excellent. So yeah, you guys are right now condition free. So let's see. All right. So yeah, you guys kind of you're up there. People are again. It's crazy. This is human nature to kind of want to watch such a thing, even in the face of, oh crap, they could be throwing cars and stuff at our way at some point or another, but they still freaking watch. So there's if you can imagine the construction site. Let's say it takes up pretty much an entire city block. With they had those chain link fences up at the border so people can't get in and loot stuff at night or whatever. And you see there's a decent crowd of people outside kind of watching. And again, people are smart, mobs are stupid. As the saying goes.
Valid.
So so you kind of see a scene very similar to what you saw before. Night Stalker is getting beaten. You actually as you kind of crest the area where you can see into the the kind of like the dug in part, you do see Shadow Stalker kind of gives an elbow to Skyrocket, knocking him into a portal right behind him, which then is like suddenly overhead and flinging him down to the ground. Gravity whole thing. But Mercury is just hitting him from all sides. What do you do?
Next, get in, distract Mercury. I'm gonna get Night Stalker out.
Sounds like fun.
Distract. Yeah.
Molly, you got Skyrocket.
Alrighty.
I unless you have something for me, you all can get up there pretty easily, so I might try to corral the crowd. At least get them to back off a little ways till the cops get here.
Nice.
Perfect.
Now Now I just want to point out this is a hero group here. You're awesome. This is perfect. This is what Halcyon City needs. So awesome. Good job. So anyway, all right. So let's. Who wants to act first?
I was gonna portal in to grab Night Stalker.
All right. Why don't you? Let's see here.
Or distract, or get in the way of Mercury, depending on where.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Let's say let's call it a defend. Actually, that's
Okay.
in essence that's what you're going to be doing. Because Mercury's going to land some more blows.
Defend Savior.
Yep, roll plus savior.
I'm sure I don't have anything else. Nope. Whatever that is.
Oh, nice.
Oh, hit.
Nice. All right. So for NPC threats on a hit, you keep them safe and choose one. So you can add some to the team pool. Take influence over someone you protected. Ooh, that's interesting. Or clear condition, which you don't have at the moment.
I think I'm going to be generous and add one to the team pool.
All right, 5. Good job. So tell me what that hole looks like.
Well, I portal in, like right behind Night Stalker, and just as Mercury's about to, cream him again, I just pull Night Stalker through, and we end up appearing, elsewhere in the construction zone.
Okay. Probably like towards one of the edges, probably, or something. Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't want to take him out of the fight because it sounds like he's still in it, but he needs to catch his breath.
Right. Awesome. Cool.
That'll actually create an opening for me to distract Mercury
with my fists.
So I'm actually gonna. How far away are we?
I'll say you can definitely close the space no matter how far you are. But what do you want to do?
I want to run, and while I'm running, I'm going to grab one of these rebars and wrap it around my fist.
Holy crap!
And then I'm going to hit him with it.
Nice. Holy crap, that's awesome. Yeah, that's like isn't it like a thing move too or something like that? I think I've seen that somewhere. That's awesome. All right,
yeah. Sounded like fun.
Nice. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, so directly engage a threat, roll plus danger, please. That's awesome.
Of course. I knew that was going to happen.
I'll say
first time I've missed in 3 sessions.
Yeah, Mark. What's what I'm looking for? Potential. Thank you so much. English is escaping me like this whole week. I'm so sorry. I feel like brain damage or something this whole week. I apologize. And I've been saying dealio a lot, so I will really try to curb that this session. I apologize. Anyway, so yes. What's the dealio? I did it on purpose. All right. Yeah. So as you kind of go in with the rebar, I'm going to say you can actually feel it, come in contact with Mercury's face, but then Mercury he feels it at super speed and like backs off at the same rate until you're kind of off balance, and he's going to basically try to zip around you and use your force against you and throw you. So take a powerful blow.
Okay. Is he somewhat more powerful than me?
I will say he is definitely one of the higher ups in the pantheon. So yeah, use that move.
Never give up, never surrender.
Cool. Let me bring that up just for the crew here. Let's see here. Yeah, again, because we haven't seen it in a while. Let's see. All right, so never give up, never surrender. When you take a powerful blow from someone with far greater power than you, and yes, yeah, definitely this works. Use this move instead of the basic move. Roll plus Savior. On a hit, you stand strong and choose one. And we'll figure out what that is after this, but go ahead and make your roll.
Holy bejesus.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna pass out. Oh. Okay. Whew, holy Jesus! Your savior is strong with this one. Bad timing though. Whew, all right, so let's see. Okay. All right. So
I was
on a hit,
there
you
to
stand
distract
strong.
him. I'm going to keep his attention.
Yeah. So this is a different move. So this is good. Come to think about it. So okay, if that was the other one, you'd be done. Okay. I'm sorry. That was so funny. Such good timing. Okay. I gotta get together. All right. So on a hit, which you got, you stand strong and choose one. So let's see here. So you get an opportunity or opening against your attacker. You rally from the hit and inspire the team, add 1 to the team pool, or you keep your attacker's attention. So it's actually good. This is a good time to get a 15. Good job.
Yeah, well,
with this move. Without this move, yes, that would be bad.
So I would stick with the keeping my attacker's attention, since that was the whole purpose of me doing that in the first place.
Perfect. Awesome. Good job. All right, yeah, so he is definitely on you. At least trying to make distance towards you.
I like to think that he hit me in the face and it did absolutely nothing. And I just like, what? Is that all you have?
Sure. And he you can see him like looking at his fist like this was supposed to hurt a lot more than it did. Her rather, excuse me. Mali, what are you up to?
See, I got what do they call him?
Skyrocket. Bottle rocket.
Bottle rocket. That's his little brother. This is Skyrocket.
Maybe that's what we call him to antagonize him.
Oh.
I want to goad him.
You want to go to him? That's awesome.
What is Skyrocket currently doing?
He just a second ago he was launching micro missiles at where a Night Stalker was before he got portaled out. Kind of like a delayed reaction.
Is our goal to take them down?
That's a good question. We didn't really decide in advance what our specific goal was, other than to help Night Stalker.
I believe I was clear of help Night Stalker or save Night Stalker and kick butt.
Oh,
I stand corrected. Kick butt. So, what does a 15-year-old think kick butt means? Take him down.
It means I'm going into doom
Set
mode
him on
now.
fire.
Sweet.
Where is he currently located?
He's a little ways away from you, but with your flight ability, you can close the gap.
I mean, what's he standing on?
He's standing on right now dirt, like in the where they kind of dig for the where the foundation layer is going to be going.
Oh, so he's actually in the pit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to burn.
Nice. And that's plus conditions, if I recall, which you have none of at the moment. Got this. We are burning. Nice. What does 7-9 give you? I think how many hold?
That still gives me 3, but I gain a condition.
Okay. What condition would you take on this tower?
I'll take angry.
Angry's a good one. Cool. All right. What are you gonna do with your burn?
I am going to turn the ground underneath him into several creatures that are going to start attacking him and pounding him into the ground or drag him. They're going to grab him, reach up through the ground, grab him, and pull him down into the earth.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So it's tremors.
Yes.
Well, he's not gonna be eaten underground. I don't think. I mean,
And now it's the flying one, so it's the terrible tremors.
All right. So, like, do they actually like form like people first and then take them under?
Let's see, it's constructs. Spend 1 burn to create any object with your powers up to the size of a person. Spend an additional burn to animate it independently.
Yeah. Do you want it to look like just like a hand coming up and grabbing it, basically enveloping them and carrying them down?
I feel like Molly's been in sort of a dark place lately, so he's been watching a lot of dark movies. So he recently watched, Return of the Living Dead. So the constructs are going to be made out of earth and what looks like like roots and stuff that look like kind of like bones. They're going to come up, start
Oh, wow.
dragging him down.
Awesome.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah. So, yeah, you can actually hear first. He has both of his arms out like, and all of a sudden he like doesn't immediately feel it. I mean, this is lots happening in the space of this time, and
Mhm.
you can see because you're close. You're that kind of like with that. You're not so close, but you're like it's you and him, and you can like lock eyes with him real quick, and it's like he doesn't notice it first, and suddenly it's up to his hips, and suddenly he's like, ah, ah, ah! He's like he does the stupid thing and actually aims his rocket down. Oops, didn't think about that. Did not think that through. And suddenly you hear, and right now you guys see nothing but like a cloud of earth, dust, little bits of concrete enveloping him and the area he was in. So he is not visible at this time. That leaves Leech. What are you doing, Leech?
I am keeping I'm crowd control, basically.
Yeah. Good. What
Um,
do you want to do? How do you want to do that?
I thought that maybe I could do
There's some
do it
provoke
as
going
like
on.
provoke or assess the situation.
Oh,
But provoke is probably good.
well, why don't we start with the assess? I mean, that's absolutely what you're doing. You're like, okay, how can I? What do I need to do this type of thing? So let's do an assess first.
Okay, cool.
So roll plus superior, please.
My superior is really bad right now, but
That's okay. Can only make things more interesting.
hey, I got an advance out of it, so that's all right.
Yeah, good job. So yeah, so you kind of take a look around, and it is terrifying. There's like, at about this time, like there's kind of like the skyrocket has just blown part of himself up or something, but there's like smoke and debris, and it like washes over you and the people, and they start running. Like somebody like runs into traffic almost,
It's
and
pandemonium.
it's now become pandemonium. um, but yeah, I'm still gonna. You still, just because the situation isn't fantastic, you can still absolutely use your provoke. They're kind of entranced by this whole, hero battle. I will say they're susceptible to your words if you want to try provoke.
Okay. Yeah, I will try a provoke first. I will
Okay,
try first with my
roll
words.
your trusty superior again, please.
Ugh. With my -2.
Rough.
Oh dear.
Another potential is marked. Wow,
Okay,
the most
well.
powerful hero in the entire Halcyon City universe. Leech.
Right.
Awesome.
I've never done crowd control on my own before. I'm really nervous.
So, out of curiosity, I'll let you decide. In the pandemonium, in like the panic, as everyone's kind of like running past you, do your tendrils come out like, hey, if I drain just a little energy out of them, they'll maybe calm down? Does that just reflexively happen?
That's literally what I was thinking when I was second guessing whether I should do a provoke or not. Yeah. Except I was thinking I know it would be another move, like it wouldn't be like a reactionary thing, but I was thinking of a mind of their own coming out, and maybe just to instead of draining vitality to get them to calm down, actually trying to impart a calming energy.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that other move appears.
Yeah.
Have we actually used it before? I forget.
I think we used it for healing last time.
Okay. Cool.
Um,
Yeah. Let's read that over again because we haven't seen it.
Yep, I'm putting it in the chat.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so your powers evolve and mutate. When you're facing an obstacle or a threat that your powers would not be able to deal with, you can mark a condition to gain brand new abilities adapted to the situation. You lose these powers once the danger is gone.
Perfect. First of all, what
Cool.
condition do you want to mark?
I was thinking insecure.
Perfect. That is perfect. All right. So let's see here.
And then would you want me to do that as like an unleash?
Yeah, let's do. Yeah, absolutely. Good call.
Okay, that's freak.
How's your freak? Is it chic?
+2.
Is it
No,
Trey chic? I don't know. I'm not positive.
Oh my god.
So you're basically.
Well, I do something.
Yeah, you do something. So yeah, you kind of do this thing where like your powers, you can kind of feel them change inside you, and you're kind of just like your tendrils, you kind of push it out towards the group, this group of people, this mob. Again, mobs are stupid. And what you kind of what you intended to be like this calming effect, bring it down from an 11, Spinal Tap would say, to like, a 2, brisk walk away or something like that. What ends up happening is like you just became a hive mind. They're now kind of following you around. So like they want to be near you. So where you go, you can tell and because you're part of this mind, you just happen to be the dominant one. You can feel that wherever you go, they are going to follow you.
Then I walk away from the construction site.
Do you do the crossing guard thing? Hey, stop, hold.
Yep. All right, come on. Yep.
And if you do that, they all do that in the same direction.
Right. But I'm the dominant mind, so like they're doing it as they're walking. Everybody
Exactly.
across the street. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So you take them down the street. They actually kind of seem rather orderly. It's almost like you're the chaperone for the second grade class.
I
And
cannot resist just dancing idiotically for a few minutes, for a few moments, just to see everybody else do it too. I can't. I have to.
yeah, and they absolutely do. They absolutely do. You can see like the questioning look in their eyes if you look back a little bit, but they this seems right. This seems right. Let's do this.
We're doing the Macarena.
Oh my goodness. Okay, now we've gone too far, Leech. We've gone too
Oh,
far
with
with
funky
Macarena.
chicken. With funky chicken better.
Now they
Uh,
need me.
You can
Gangnam
electric
style.
slide it all you want over there, but I don't know.
Gangnam style.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. We don't want to.
Okay, so
We don't want to. Have these people need therapy after this incident.
right. But okay, so that's basically Leech out of the battle for now.
But serving a vital
Hope
purpose
you guys have
here.
fun.
You've just
That's
saved some
true.
people from
Serving a vital
potential
purpose.
flying objects, so good job.
And I've only subjugated their free will to do it.
Hey, see, is it so bad? That's all you have to do. Oh, no, and then Leech becomes a supervillain again. Shit.
Does this count as a misdemeanor?
No, this is not Con's misdemeanor. Nice try, though.
Not yet.
So let's see. I'm gonna just for kicks. Let's do it again. I'm gonna. Mercury is now he is focused on Unix. You successfully use the other thing. Go ahead and let's see here. I'm gonna. Yep. Let's do that move one more time. He's gonna kind of try to ram into you. Have you take a powerful blow, but using your other move, of course.
Never give up.
Never give up. Thank you. Another full hit. What happens? Describe it.
So he's going to telegraph his punch very much because he has to like wind up to do it because he thinks he's not doing any damage. And I just completely grab his, step out of it, grab his wrist, and just knock him to the ground. Still keeping his attention.
All right, perfect. He'll take a condition. I'm going to call it angry.
Very
No.
apropos.
Yeah, no shock to anyone there. Let's see. Wraith, Night Stalker is like you see him kind of stand tall, and do that thing that he kind of taught you to do, where you gather it all your energy and into the little ball in the center of your being, and kind of put it out there to kind of get your will focused. And you can see him bring his hands in as he's doing it. It's like this little metaphysical exercise he does. And then he just drops to one leg. And it's then that you notice there's some rebar that's going like into like his, like just under his rib cage on one side. It's like just sticking out on the front. And he's now bleeding. He's bleeding bad. And he like looks at you, and you can and here's the weird thing again. Interesting thing about mass is like part of the thing is adults have these focus moves and stuff, but it also invites you to portray adults as kind of like making bad decisions and being overly adultish in ways that don't help. Anyway, but you can see like instead of like fear or anything, as you guys meet eyes, he's embarrassed that this is happening to him in front of you.
This is
The newest person in the legacy.
So.
But it's
not the first time we've saved him.
True. But this is the first time he's not doing so well. What do you do?
I get you to the hospital?
He's like, worry about them.
What does he say? Sorry.
He says, worry about them. And he points to, basically gestures towards your team.
Then, I'm like, stay safe here. We'll come back for you.
Yep. He just kind of like does his best to kind of keep at least on his knees as he kind of forces himself up, but he's stand right there.
Then I will get to. Let's see. Molly seems to be doing well with Skyrocket. And I can see Nick's keeping Mercury occupied, but I will go in to join Nyx. And I think I want to. Let's see how well Mercury can fly.
Ooh, how you gonna do that?
Portal in front of him.
Cool. All right. Let's call that an unleash. The roll plus freak.
Dang.
Nice.
Damn, you guys are on fire today.
Well,
Really?
some of us are on fire.
Somebody's gonna be the most powerful hero in all of
So
Halcyon
I think
City, but the
I think
rest
I
are
put
doing.
him at like rushing towards the very tip of a crane. So it's ultimately up to him whether he falls or not.
Oh, like so you basically he kind of moves forward, goes into the portal, and finds himself standing on a crane at that point.
Yep.
All right.
Just to give us a hint of a breather.
Yeah. You guys can kind of see him. Well, Molly is probably not terribly far away from him up top there. But you kind of see him like do the whole, gets his footing and then like, looks around, see what's going on, see what's going on where. Which gives Molly
I mentioned that Nyx, as I come up behind her, I'm like, Night Stalker's hurt. It's just us.
Okay.
All right. Molly has a chance to act if Molly would like.
Let's see.
You're here to
Mercury's
burn
on top
and
of the
shoot the
thing.
bubble gum. What's that?
Mercury's on top of the thing, right?
Yeah, it's like on top of like a crane top.
What's the other one? Who's the other one?
Skyrocket. You still don't see. There's still debris and stuff in the air. Who knows at this point?
We shall await his inevitable regeneration in the next season.
And revenge.
Is it okay to hurt Mercury?
Yeah.
If you say that out loud, Nyx is like, yes.
Please.
Obviously.
Yes. Which would also clear angry.
Mm.
He's on a metal crane.
He is on a metal crane.
The exact same thought I had.
Molly's going to tap into his anger and just pour it all onto him.
Nice.
I want to just bombard him with every single element I can get my hands on. I want to melt that damn crane down into the ground, and I want it to just completely envelop him as it does so.
Holy crap! That is awesome.
You want to drown him in molten metal.
Let's see if he gets out of that.
Yeah, let's see if he gets out of that. Well, let's see. Are we calling that? Are we calling that a reality storm?
I could deal with it.
Sounds about like it, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds as reality storm as you can get. If you want to use that, go ahead and roll plus freak. It will cause unwanted collateral damage unless you spend another burn, but you're in a construction site. It's worst piece on that one.
I only have currently one burn. Do I need to make more?
You can spend if you want to do reality storm and roll freak instead of danger, you can spend your last one and then re-burn after this.
Let's do this.
Nice. All right, roll plus freak.
Nice.
Nice. Let's see, what does that do? Okay, so that's basically a directly engage. All right. So on a hit, trade blows. That's interesting. On a 7-9, pick one. In this case, I would just say resist or avoid their blows, or maybe he gets something off at you, but otherwise choose whatever you like from the directly engage list. You can always take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, frighten, surprise. Whatever your flavor is, it's all up to Mali.
I will create an opportunity.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and let's go ahead and take a powerful blow. We'll say that you've just pouring, you've just unrelentingly pouring this much energy and anger out is powerful blow enough.
Ooh.
All right. Let's see. So 7 and 9. Choose one. So lash out verbally against provoke a teammate to a full hardy action. Give ground, or struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
Struggle past the pain.
All right. You just cleared the one you had, so you're up to 2. Choose whichever 2 are appropriate for you. But yeah, so you melt this thing down. It's like, again, there's the earth, the thing's reshaping itself, trying to crush him or hold him. Their electricity probably flies down. Like you can see him like just screaming as is. And Molly would probably see it. As Molly's kind of feeling the power just flow out of him and into this area, and pretty much everybody else has to be. I will say this is probably the most energy you've seen Molly ever put out on purpose, and it's awe-inspiring. But yes, you see just everything. The wind whips around him and is throwing him down, and yeah, he basically hits the ground with a resounding crack. There's stuff, the metal is kind of warping around and it's almost melting on him, red hot, and he's lying on the ground, wrapped in crane. The earth is almost trying to eat him. It looks like, and he is down, down, down. And Nick's probably being the closest, can see the look in his eyes. Like, again, I think I think I use the same idea with the a scene in our Urban Shadows campaign, but it looks at you like one of those last what do they call it in the Hunger Games, the people who came from the privileged communities and volunteered. But he's like, he kind of looks at you like, this wasn't supposed to end this way. It's just like this look in his eyes, like it never occurred to him that you guys could actually beat him or anybody could beat him. But there he is, and he's like, it's like, is there like a barbecue going on? Barbecue?
Hey guys, after this, barbecue pizza? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Froyo barbecue pizza?
We're going to have some barbecue long pay. That's what we're going to.
Yeah. So he is wrapped up in it. He stops screaming, and you can see like he's just completely unconscious. And in fact, he's at a state right now where he might actually die if not, taken out of this cage of metal that he's in. What do you do?
Let him die.
I believe that's in violation of several, articles of the Hero Code.
All right, what do you guys do?
Can
I'll say Leech is probably free of the hive mind and is now back over towards the fight. Like you kind of get there, like, hey guys, I'm ready to. Oh,
Awesome.
Can we knock him out?
He's out.
he's already out. He's unconscious.
Oh, okay. You said he was bleeding, so I just wasn't sure.
Well, until he just totally just goes limp and yeah, he's out.
So I smell the roasting flesh. Oh, holy crap! Get him up before he cooks.
This feels all too familiar.
So I start.
So I
trying
should
to
stop doing this.
Wait, are you doing this?
I'm doing this.
No, I'm asking a character.
Yes.
Could you cool it down a little?
All right.
Well, yeah, tone it down a little bit, Melly. We need to get him and Night Stalker both to the hospital.
All right.
What about Skyrocket?
Yeah, we're Skyrocket.
I believe
Skyrocket
I
is,
asked earlier
but
it was okay.
yeah, yes.
I was told it was okay to hurt him, but now we're taking him to the hospital. You guys are giving me conflicting things right now.
Hey,
So
I
y'all
told
need
you
to
let
figure
him
your crap.
Yeah, Skyrocket is like in a crater that he's made for himself. His body armor that he was kind of wearing, where his, all his stuff bristling off of, is just part of it's like ripped off him. He doesn't look like in critical condition, but he is definitely out. And it looks like it was not just Mali, but his own, stupidity basically that took him out. But yeah, he's unconscious, and you can see all like when he was active, like his various weapon hard points had like lit up, and right now they're no lights whatsoever.
I'm gonna, if it's still in a liquidy state, I'm gonna grab him. If not, I'm gonna try and pull the metal away to get him out.
Okay, go ahead and unleash. I'll say it never went liquid per se, but it was absolutely red hot and etc. It's since cooled down, but yeah, go ahead and roll plus freak.
Yep.
All right. Do you want to mark a condition or tell me how its effect is unstable or temporary?
We can make the effect unstable or temporary by just having enough to pull him off.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. All right. So just let me know what that looks like. Oop, after you.
1 second, sorry.
No problem. Do your thing. He is on call.
So I will duck back to where Night Stalker is and help him up.
You get back there and he's like lying on his back, and his skin is like chalk white.
You better portal him to the hospital.
He's
Gonna
he's
say,
looking up
is
at
he
you.
breathing?
What's that?
Is he breathing?
Very barely.
Okay.
Yeah, he just looks up at you. He's like, he actually says the words that you weren't supposed to hear for a very long time. He says, choose the next possessor of the dark force wisely. And then he just ends.
He ends.
He ends. He actually turns into shadow, and as you kind of lift him up to do something, it's like the shadows
melts
affected
away.
by gravity sifts through you, and then he's just not there anymore.
Shit, leeches.
Piece of rebar clings to the ground. Clanks to the ground. Actually, cling is the wrong
Wow.
word.
Leech was running over to try to heal him, and he just stops in his tracks. Just
Yeah.
holy crap!
Wraith just has this, like shocked look on his face.
Yeah, take a powerful blow, Wraith, definitely.
I totally do.
Oh snap!
Oh, you're.
Um,
Which do you want?
I think I'm going to. Which would be narratively more interesting. I could either remove myself or I could just like completely shadowly melt down. He hasn't been, a father figure or anything, so he's not. I don't think he has that much sway over my psyche. So, but I think I am going to take off. Like, I don't want to deal with this here in front of, my friends.
Gotcha. So your portal somewhere else.
Yep. I will probably portal to probably to Captain Midnight. At
Okay.
least that's where I'll be going.
Okay. Yeah. So you'll take several portals again. We want to keep your line of sight, but yes. you know where you're going to. What does everyone else do?
I'm gonna slap Mercury a little bit for causing that, even though he's out. I'm going to take Rebar and I'm going to bound him. Basically, hands together, feet together.
At least you didn't pull a misery on him, because that'd have been wrong. Good job.
Leech is there, and he was the one. That, he was the one that wanted him to stay alive. I'm sure if it would have just been Mali, it'd have been like, whatever.
I'm going to call 911.
Yeah, they're definitely already on the way, but
Okay.
yeah, just to hear,
update them on the situation and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you easily can do that. Yeah, the first question I ask is, is anyone in danger presently?
Nope. I bet, I give them the code. This is, here's my registry number, and this is the situation. The villains are down. We have one casualty. Da 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 da.
Sure. And that just helps them bring the correct number of like ambulances at this point, and
Yep.
Emergency vehicles. Before you know it, there's lights everywhere. Again, this is Halcyon City, so first responders are trained to keep their distance until things are safe. They don't want any. Ironically, they don't want any "quote unquote" heroes, because that will just get you dead really quick as a first responder. Cool. What's Smiley doing? How's Smiley feel after this release? Is it like, does it feel awesome? Does it feel like you scared more than you were before? What's going through Molly's head? I want to know.
What's going through Molly's head is, why was I given conflicting orders on the battlefield?
Damn.
You'll have to ask Wraith that later.
Wraith is not here right now.
Alrighty. Molly's going to take off.
All right, cool. All right, yeah, Molly can easily head out. That leaves Leech and Nyx. And by the time the authorities get there, they kind of go through the normal things. They put Mercury in special cuffs and ask you to unbind him with your own stuff, because it's just going to cause troubles once after they transport him to the facility.
Can I request to go with them as they transfer him to make sure he actually makes it there? Okay.
Sure. They'll let you ride in.
Okay.
That leaves Leech talking to cops and giving doing the little sign off there. And then suddenly, it's just crazy. Leech is like, it's kind of like you got to the party like at like 5 in the morning, and everybody left at 4, and all the crap's still around. There's some vomit over there, but it's all nice. It's quiet as the tomb. That's this sensation you get right now. It's like everybody's already gone,
and it all just happened all of a sudden. Like one second it was still chaos, and the next second everybody's gone.
Yeah, nothing to see here, and like there's not even anyone around it. Like you can actually hear like birds chirping overhead and stuff. It's quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Where just moments ago, I mean, like the sound you do hear, like still like bubbling from like the crane pieces. They're not worrying about that quite yet. That's really all that you still smell. That's that scent of like burning metal. If you've ever smelled that, that type of thing. Otherwise, yeah, you're just standing there all by your lonesome. What do you do?
I text all my friends to make sure everybody's okay, just to check in, and then I walk home.
All right.
Yeah, I find someplace to change and maybe stop off for a froyo or something. Pick up a soda and a candy bar on the way or something, and yeah.
Cool. All right, so I want to do some post-incident scenes with each of you. Is it okay if we start with you, Leech?
Sure.
Okay. So as you get home to the halfway house, Walter is there. Yeah, Walter is his name, right? It was Walter. I haven't thought of Walter in a while.
I'm not sure.
George. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, George is the guy that kind of watches over. Yeah, George Huang.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So George is waiting for you when you get there. And he's like,
Okay.
he's a little wide eyed. He's like, yeah, he's like, I was just watching, the news, and again, you can see again, this is just another day in Halcyon City, really. Um, but he's like, Rudy, are you all right? I saw some really terrifying stuff there. Are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm fine.
He's like, what happened to Night? Night. He's
Night
like,
Stalker.
yeah, Night Stalker. Is Night Stalker all right?
No. No. Not at all. Night Stalker died.
You kind of see he drops. It's like there's that saying, that the only thing better than when people see a hero, the more than wanting to see him succeed, they want to see him fall. That couldn't be further from George's features. As he kind of hears that news, and he's like, "I'm so sorry. I know that he was like one of your hero sponsors. Are you okay?"
Uh. Yeah. I think. I don't know. I haven't really processed it yet.
I
I
I
think
completely understand.
Wraith is a lot more upset than I am. He just kind of took off and hasn't responded yet. I've tried calling and texting, but
Yeah, it's like
I don't. He wants to be alone. I get it.
yeah. I mean, I was hoping that this would be like I was waiting for you. I had some really great news that I wanted to share with you. I'm not sure if if it's tainted by this incident or you know you you're done here. And he kind of ekes out a smile as he kind of looks at you. He's like, you're, the it's been decided by the council that looks over this facility that you're good. You're on your own now. You're free to go. You're free to live where you want. I just have some paperwork and I want to make sure that you have somewhere to stay. We're not going to put you on the street or anything. So, but you graduated, kid. I mean, and he kind of stops himself. Kid is the wrong thing to say. You're not a kid anymore. You know, he's like, you don't belong here anymore, and that's a good thing.
Thanks for the backhanded compliment. Uh,
He's like, this is a place for people who we as a city weren't ready to completely trust again and see on their own and manage themselves, and you're not that person anymore. You've
thanks.
shown us that this is not a necessary thing anymore. We've already taken off, all of your requirements to report to police. No more, we certainly encourage you to, fill authorities in whenever anything happens, but you're no longer required to stay and do paperwork and all that kind of good stuff. Like I'm sorry it had to come at this time, but I just wanted to give you this good news.
Cool. I really am more excited that I'm letting on.
Awesome.
I promise. It's been a long day.
I understand. So, do your thing, and we'll talk later about getting a housing. I know you're already doing your job, etc. Yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Just do what you need to do. All right.
Okay.
And then he kind of claps you on the shoulder, very again, he's the closest thing you've probably had to a father figure for a little while, and and he lets that show. He's like, kind of gives that class like, you've done it. You've exceeded his expectations. And you can tell for him this means something.
Yeah.
So he kind of goes on his way and lets you go on yours.
Yep. Rudy smiles at him and heads upstairs.
Awesome. Let's go with. Ooh, wow. Do we want to go to high drama first, or we want to work our way up, or I don't know. Who wants to go next? At post a post incident
Cor-
scene.
Chorus of shrugs.
Chorus of shrugs. Let's go with Nick.
All right.
So yeah, you're riding in the ambulance, the super ambulance, or whatever they call these things that transport villains securely. Super villains, excuse me. Um, and they're immediately hook uh, Mercury up to like a drip, the Inreus drip, and several other machines to monitor his vitals. Um, you've like seen enough like on the news, or just from being in Halcyon City that it's like when they're in these situations here, it's like on one hand you have to make sure this person is going to be okay and healthy because this is a medical transport. On the other hand, they're supervillains with superpowers and they need to be controlled. So they're like the stuff monitoring them is like enough sedative in the drip to keep them not violent, but not so much that it actually helps to kill them, type of thing. While they're otherwise giving them other medicines, fluids. They immediately put like burn stuff on him, like the gel covers over him,
Mm-hmm.
over his various parts, which is significant. Um, but these are professionals in there. It's like a man and a woman, both kind of taking care of him constantly, monitoring him, adjusting the dressings as they move, and otherwise keeping him, restrained. Otherwise, and they kind of one of the women kind of looks towards you, and she's like, "They don't normally let anybody ride in. Are you a relative?"
Yes.
And she kind of doesn't expect that, seeing as you're like the hero and he's the villain. It's like, oh, what's the relationship?
Strained.
She's like, you just described every relationship I've ever had, kid.
He's my brother.
Well, your brother's gonna be okay. He's gonna be hurting
That's
for a while.
unfortunate.
Yeah, you're probably gonna need some corrective surgery. Um, but he's stable for now.
Just make sure he doesn't wake up.
She kind of quirks her head like, "Oh, that's part of my job to make sure he wakes up someday."
No, he can wake up when he's fully restrained.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh yes, yeah, we're specially trained to do just that." He's going to be taken care of health wise, um, but
He has an incredibly high metabolism, so
right,
maybe
and
take that into consideration as well.
absolutely, yeah. We saw one of the things is you may or may not know that we get a dossier on any individual we take here, and I did note that, and that's why we're giving him this. And she points to like a drip that's doing like it's like a bluish green liquid. She doesn't really expand on what the heck that is.
Probably for the best.
Probably for the best. But yeah, like, oh no, he's gonna stay comatose until he is under control. But at the same time, we're making sure he's gonna be all right, for what that's worth.
I'm just here to make sure he goes where he's supposed to.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't take long. It's kind of like guys really don't talk. It's kind of a weird situation you can see for the two paramedic type folks. They're not used to having somebody in, and this person's a villain, this person's a hero. It's just whatever. But things are quiet. You turn here and there. The speed. They're still keeping the speed going to get to the facility. In a very timely manner, just like any other ambulance. Um, and before you know it, the rear doors open, and you're in like the parking garage of like a facility. Like everything is white, like medically white, like the ground, the concrete on the ground, the walls, everything's lit up. White light all over the place, and there's like a security team outside with weapons like rifles and stuff. Um, and Mercury is unloaded. The the drips of various types are transferred to like the gurney he's on, and basically the two that you're riding with pass it off to like local med techs, who then wheel them in, and followed by like the entire team that you just saw, like about 6 guys with the rifles. And before you know it, you're just standing there, and they're like, the guy kind of turns around and is like, "Hey, the lady, is there anywhere we can take you? We're actually about to punch out, get off duty, but I don't want you having to walk home after all that."
Walking's not a big deal, but I guess I could go for some froyo. It's been a long day.
The two kind of look to each other like, sure, froyo it is. Like, they kind of, why don't you ride in the front this time?
All right, she rides in the front,
Yeah.
probably on the shotgun side, window down, doing the whole along the way. Completely different person as they saw her before.
Oh my god, you're like, oh, they probably earmark you for like follow-up psychiatric evaluation or something like that. This person is totally shattered right now. La la la.
Yeah, go to the one on Grant. They know me there.
Again, you kind of get the look between them, like, like maybe we shouldn't have offered, but whatever. Here we are, so let's take her to the one on Grant.
The
And
person that just helped beat up a supervillain, maybe you should take on her wherever you want.
Spoken like a supervillain.
Well, she's still learning to be a hero.
Absolutely. Yeah, so they'll get you for you. Who shall we take care of next? Molly or Wraith?
Whichever.
Wraith.
Wraith it is. So Wraith, where you find Captain Midnight. He's doing what he does, like outside of his home, I suppose. Describe the scene. What
Like,
happened?
is he? You just gave me a picture like he's gardening or something.
Maybe.
Maybe he is.
What do retirees do?
Yeah, in the back of his house, he has like a little sculpture, like a formal garden.
Mhm.
And he's tending to it when I portal in.
Yeah, he kind of, he's used to this, so it's not like it startles him, but he kind of is like, it's unusual for you to visit him while he's, doing his own thing. But yeah, he's probably like, doing that little 3-pronged rake claw thing, getting out some weeds. And he's on his hands and knees, and he senses you before he sees you. You get you kind of feel that dark force sense.
Yeah, a little surge as the
Yeah.
portal opens.
Exactly. And as you step out, he's like, "Is it Thursday? I thought we were supposed to meet on Thursday."
This couldn't wait.
It's like, what's the matter, son?
It's Night Stalker. He had a run in with Mercury and Skyrocket.
Well, he's fought Mercury before. I remember that. I'm assuming he took care of business, right? He kind of gets up, leaves the little claw thing on the ground, dusts himself off as he kind of looks towards you. You can see that that you're upset. Like, what?
It's like he didn't make it.
He didn't make it? He's like, again, this is like an impossibility in his mind that he's now going through. He has just taken a powerful blow.
Yeah.
Whether or not he is willing to let himself admit it. And being the, adult, the mentor type ish figure, you can tell that he wouldn't show it even if he was freaking out right now. Like, what do you mean he didn't make it?
He had rebar through him. he was bleeding. He told us to take care of Mercury and Skyrocket, and we did. And when I went back to him, I went to pick him up, and he said something about I needed to choose the next member or the next wielder of the Dark Force, and then he just dissolved into shadow.
At that, you could kind of see his shoulders sag, and he kind of looks towards the ground.
I think I slump on a nearby bench.
Yeah, and you can tell he wants to cry, but he won't. He's again, he's one of those guys. He wants to, he's not so much he's the man. Men don't cry, but he's your mentor. He's the oldest member of the legacy, and he can't show weakness in front of you like that. He like puts a hand on your shoulder. He's like, the youngest, the newest member of the legacy does technically choose who comes next. There's going to be, and his voice breaks. He quivers. He's on the verge, but he's pushing it through, and he's like, it'll be your duty to figure out of the people that the Dark Force chooses which one eventually becomes the successor, the next step in the legacy. But you'll know who they are. 2 or 3 people, probably in Halcyon City. They'll present favor of the Dark Force, and you have to choose. It's important. You already know that, though.
And I assume that's how I was chosen.
Yeah, same thing. You weren't quite aware of the fact that there were more potentials,
Okay.
but you were probably you were at one point. Night Stalker came to you and brought you in. I'll let you describe eventually potentially what happens, or how that process happens where you're accepted by the Dark Force.
Okay.
But once he gave approval, if you will. But yeah. So you again, you weren't aware of the other potentials, but yes, what the other parties describing the choosing is, what you went through. He's like, I gotta go inside. I think I left something on the stove, right?
Like, is there anyone else we should tell?
I said I left something on the stove. And he kind of just goes away. He's back in the house. He's like, you know how to go. Get out of the yard, right? And with that, he slams the door behind him. And you're sitting there looking at a pretty nicely tended garden.
Yeah, maybe I'm looking in the his little reflecting pool.
Sure. What do you see when you look in the reflection?
I mean, I think I've changed out of my hero ID at this point. And I just see, there's still some like uncontrolled shadow around me, just from the stress. So I kind of see that, aura. Yeah, but I think he's just more meditating than anything else. And just thinking about, what comes next with, Night Stalker gone.
Gotcha. Cool. All right, we'll leave you there. Molly, do you want to do your scene, or should we mercifully give you more time and go to break first? We're about to hit our bio break time.
We can go to break first.
Okay, let's do that. We'll see you guys at around 5-ish.
Okay.
Cool.
Excellent. All right, cool. Sorry for the delay. We are back. All right, so let's go straight to Mali. So aftermath is happening. You know, you kind of left the scene. What's going on with Mali? Where's Mali at?
Ollie has flown to his little island.
Wow, have you named it by the way?
uh, the seventh circle of hell.
The seventh circle of hell. It probably has some municipal designation like plot of land 4-5 Delta,
I'm going
now
to
known
call
as
on
seventh level of hell.
Gilead.
So, out of curiosity, so on Mali's island, seventh level of hell, um, has he like lost control at all while sleeping, or like all the trees charred at this? Pardon me, at this point, or what's the situation out there? Has he found that he has control or not control, or I know he's been there for a while now.
He's discovered that his powers are growing and that there are strange aspects to it that he has not yet figured.
Cool.
Mostly the really weird dreams about the alien landscapes.
Interesting. Very cool. So, so like, are there like charred trees where like you woke up startled and whoosh, puff out,
That's what
energy
it was
or?
one of the first few weeks I was there. It's like whenever he was sleeping, his powers would activate, and whenever he had a bad dream. And then the last week or so, it's kind of changed. So where most of the plants and trees were burned or, ripped up from whenever he was sleeping, it's like now it's like there are actually strange plants growing all around the island. And
Interesting.
they don't seem to be affected by his powers.
Interesting. So strange how, besides not being affected by his powers, like are they
They
like
are
red plants or
bioluminescent and they react to movement.
to mood? Like a mood ring, like they're red when you're angry.
No, they react to movement.
Oh, movement. I'm sorry.
They follow movement of things around them.
Oh, interesting. So does Molly get the sense that they're like getting sentient in some way, or just like kind of like a morning glory, or what are those other plants are, where like it senses the sunlight, or like those little ferns when you like touch them and suddenly they close up their leaves.
It really is just like the flower-like heads. They follow movement whenever it's within like 5 feet of them. They just
Interesting.
react to movement. So he's been kind of playing around with the plants on that island, trying to
Interesting.
figure out where they came from.
Is it just new flora that's popping up, or is there also new fauna?
Just flora so far.
Cool. So yeah. I mean, I suppose I would ask, but I like, well, how does he take care of himself? But yeah, I mean, he has no Molly has no reason to ever be cold. I guess just pull out some heat, or the don't have to worry about the rain because you can probably evaporate it before it hits you, just reactively at this point.
Against fish in the ocean by pulling out large bubbles of water with fish inside of them.
Oh wow! And the fish are like, what? You've never seen a more confused fish as a fish trapped in that bubble. But yeah, very cool, very neat. So what does Molly do there? Like again, he kind of gets there after the fact, and what does Molly do?
He's ranting and raving currently at the fly.
Do they like nod at all? Like
Well, it's just he's just walking back and forth, so the flowers are just kind of
oh,
following him
they're
a little.
following him like as he's going. Like it's almost like your little peanut gallery. They have to pay attention to you. They will
You got a
listen.
little audience.
And he's like, sure, tell me to attack them, but then don't attack them. Keep them safe, but hurt them.
Uh,
Next time, I'm just going to drop a mountain on people and just let everyone else sort it out.
and the plants are like, wow, he's really losing it. Let me know when they start talking back to you, though. That's an important turning point for this whole story. All right. Is there anything else you wanted to kind of bring up about that, or is that your post incident scene?
That's his post-incident scene. He's basically calming down before he tries to talk to anyone.
That's Has Grandma been getting in touch with you at all?
Yeah, he talks to her at least twice a day, in the morning and then
Good. Good,
he's
good.
actually calling her now.
Cool. You want to do the call? You can do the call. I like playing Grandma.
He's not in the mood to talk to Grandma right now.
All right. I was looking forward to that. But yes. So that's cool. Cool. Do you guys want to advance to like the next day, or do you guys think you would meet at like your hideout at some point? You haven't been there in a while.
I mean, I think Wraith will eventually get back in communication, and after he's sat there for a while, because he doesn't want to intrude on Captain Midnight either, and he'll just say, returning to base.
Okay. Leech will text back. I'm on my way. So then, if Molly or Nix wants to come along.
Cool.
Nix will respond with, "Oh boy, more Froyo."
Not a care in the world. Oh my god.
And would leave like money on the table, a giant empty bowl, with the two med techs. Like, where did she put it? What the? How can a little what? And just leave.
Yeah, without even like a word, and they're like, like you can see as you kind of head out the door and like the little dingling from the bell overhead, you can almost hear their sighs of relief that, oh, whew, she's gone. All right, so yeah, you guys converge at the hideout of Wonder, the abandoned Pinkberry. What do you do?
Yeah, Molly's coming.
Make Froyo.
Make Froyo.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Wraith will get
basically.
somebody. He's still a little mopey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for Nyx, it's almost, you guys could definitely get the feel like, it's like, huh, it's like she came back from spring break, doing great. Daisies are popping up whenever she walks, that kind of thing, and another care in the world.
It's very cathartic to beat up your siblings.
Yeah, there's a lot of therapy going on here in the future for these people, obviously. So I have to deal with all this as teenagers. Oh my god.
I think Wraith's, eating, and at some point it's just like, I can't believe he's gone.
Yeah, I was just right there. I was gonna heal him. If only I'd been, like 10 seconds faster.
I mean, we did what he wanted us to do,
But I could have
Was it-
focused on healing him instead of doing crowd control.
I nod. I'm like, but was it? But did he make a bad call?
He was always wanting to help other people above himself. So I don't think if he made a bad call, he didn't see it that way.
I know. Just wondering why he was even fighting them in the first place.
That's a good question.
Agreed. That is a good question.
I
I start
assume he
looking it
lured
up.
them there so so that they weren't, harming anyone else. But why would those two team up to just go after Night Stalker?
On the sly, off to the side, I start Googling on my phone, seeing if I can like trace any kind of incident history from the news reports over the last several hours. Like now that things have calmed down, like where
Okay.
did it actually start at?
Okay, and,
What
and
was
you
the
also have
initial?
cousin Loveless.
Yeah,
Should you want to use that? Let's...
Well, you do remember that Athena did say that they think that they were creating some sort of giant, like, supervillain team. So this could be the start of it.
Hmm.
Cool.
so maybe they're the ones that lured Night Stalker out. rather than the other way around.
There's dogs outside the bed in Pinkberry, kind of cruising around. Just you guys probably used to give the dogs some froyo every now and then, but
Then they started getting really
and they,
fat.
yeah, they're a little tubby. You don't want to be the cause of that. Yes. Yeah, your leeches. You kind of look things up. Yeah, it's like if you there's all kinds of like blogs and people who are not superheroes but kind of like they're the what do they call them, the armchair heroes, kind of debating everything, and you're gonna get into a couple of those blogs or Twitter posts or whatever, and the general consensus is that there was no reason for the villains to really be there. There's no reason to mess with that site. There was nothing to damage. It was a construction site. It was the most barest of bones for a building that would come in the future. But it was the idea is like they were luring a hero there. Not, and it's unclear as to whether or not they somehow pinpointed, Night Stalker, or if it was just they were looking for any hero. But this looked like some kind of like trap type situation, like ambush. Like get someone there and then wail on them for the purpose of no other purpose other than destroying that hero type of thing.
All right. When there's a lull in the conversation, I share the info. So that does seem to lend some credence to the super villain, super gang idea.
That's just brutal.
It also sounds like a declaration of war too.
Gotcha. During this whole thing, you get your Nix. You'll actually get a call from was it Mantis? Was that his name?
The one guy.
That one guy.
That one guy.
I want to say it was Mantis.
I have it here. Green Falcon.
Green Falcon. Oh, I was way off on that one. Yes, that's right, because we didn't want to do any copyright infringement. But yes, the Green Falcon. He gives you a call, and he's like, yeah, I've been able to gather some, minor forces here, and I've been going through caches that I knew about. But I'm doing my best. I want you to know that.
You saw the news, right?
I haven't had time for news. What's going on?
Well, Mercury and not Mercury. Did we call him Mercury?
Yep.
Yeah.
Should have been Hermes, not Mercury, because that doesn't make any sense.
Josh and I were talking about that on the break, actually.
Whatever. Greek, Roman, they're all exactly the same damn thing.
Anyway, sorry. That just hit me in the head. Hermes and another villain teamed up and ended up taking down Night Stalker. We were able to take down the villains, but this looks like a direct hit. So it looks like they're teaming up.
He's like, oh yeah, I go way back with Night Stalker. Yeah, he's gonna be just fine. Don't worry.
No, he's not.
What does that
We
mean?
all watched him evaporate into shadow and dissipate completely.
And Wraith is overhearing this. It's like, yeah, do you have to keep repeating it over and over? It's like, yeah, could you put some more juice on, lime juice on that wound type of thing. But you can hear like a there's like a long silence on the other end of the phone, and he's like, "Damn, Nix, he was one of the good ones."
Yeah, I agree. He was tough, but he really had He really wanted to help people, and he did everything he could.
He's like, Father Paulo's got to go down. Father Paulo, I've no doubt he organized this. He's putting it together. He's putting it together, and the only thing we can do is gather up our side, make our gang bigger.
Well,
what are you guys doing?
I let him know about the whole idea of more followers gives him more power. That we learned last time, and told him that we need to find ways to discredit, take away those followers, create a following against them, something to disrupt that power. We did take care of that cache you told me about with the clones. They are all no more.
Like, oh, really?
Yes.
Well, all right then. Like, well, I mean, I found some other gear I'm handing out to my people that I've talked to. I'm putting as much power on our side as possible, but yeah, I'm doing my best. But it sounds like I might not be doing enough fast enough. We need more people.
We do need to gather as many people as possible. Give your people. I asked the other people, do we have some sort of like number that people can call or email or text, some place that we have that we can all access?
I'm sure you have your social media sites that are all managed by Katie.
Okay.
And then they either tweet you or DM you somewhere, shape or form. But yeah, that's not a big deal.
Well, I want to give them that information so they can keep the people that they're talking to interconnected.
Cool. Yeah. He's like, yeah, definitely. I'll pass the word.
Awesome. Keep doing what you're doing.
I'll let you know.
Hang up.
All right.
Sorry I had to go through that again, Wraith, but he needed to know the severity of the situation.
We need to tell people.
Katie actually calls you, by the way.
Who, me or Wraith?
No, Wraith. Cage.
I'll pick up. What's up, sis?
It's like, I just saw the news. Are you okay, bro?
Yeah, we're fine.
I mean, are you okay?
Not really, but I mean, I can't do anything about it. Besides, try and make sure that that the same type of people don't do it again.
Damn right. You can say you can just. She's welling up, and then in the background she's like, "I'm on the phone, Mom."
Like, yeah, we're gonna have to address that at some point too. I'm no longer going to be the newest member anymore. It means I'm gonna have more responsibility.
Like in the Violet Vanguard, you're recruiting.
Like in the Legion of the Night.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can kind of hear that she, you can hear like, she puts the phone to her chest so you can't hear her, moping, whimpering. This teenage girl's trying to get her emotions under control, and that's completely at odds with every single thing about being a teenage person, male or female. And she's just kind of, okay. Well, I'm gonna be monitoring all the sites, and I'll let you know if anything interesting pops up, and then you just stay safe, Road. I want to see you tonight, okay? I just want to see you. Promise me you're coming home tonight. Promise me you're coming home.
I'll pop in when I get home.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how late it is or if I'm sleeping. I want you to wake me up. What are you talking about? I'm not gonna be able to sleep. Once you get home, just come see me.
Chill out.
She's like, are you fucking serious? Then she like, you can hear, oh, you know, she, like, oh god, I said that word. You know.
Like, well, I'll talk when we get home.
Okay, just. And she like just hangs up before she fucking loses it. Yeah,
Like,
it's
if
day
they
of
are
high
yelling at you,
emotions. What's that? I didn't catch the last part. Sorry.
no, I was just grumbling. If they aren't yelling at you, they're crying. So
Yeah. Oh, family. All right. Anybody else do anything
But
in particular?
I think after that conversation, I'm like, like, I don't know if you guys heard enough of that, but how? I look around. I'm like, settle on Mali. I'm like, so how do you tell your family you're a superhero?
Oh, damn.
Well, my experience probably isn't very helpful because my family was there when it happened. My mother didn't handle it very well. I don't really talk to her a whole lot except for once a year on my birthday.
That's just what Wraith wants to hear right now.
I was gonna say that wasn't the reassurance I was hoping for, but it's maybe what I need to hear.
Yeah. Molly has not mastered the lying to make people feel better skill. That will come in time.
And I look at the other two. I'm like, I mean,
Yeah, I don't think you want to know about my dad.
I was born into it. We both were. We were both born into it. In fact, pretty much every villain I know is family in one way or another. I, out of character, I realize that somehow I have turned my family into the supervillain mob.
Yes. Yeah, my dad was pretty upset about me too, but for a completely different reason. My foster parents, I mean, when they found out about their son, though, he was completely open about it, and they were totally cool. He just said, "Hey, watch this," and ran through a building, like literally through a building. And they were like, "Okay, why don't you work out around the house a little bit more now?" So they kind of made a joke out of it, like, can't even pick up the laundry to go do laundry, but you can run through a damn building.
Yeah. So, Nix, you're absolutely supporting Wraith. Why don't you roll plus mundane, please?
Oh. Didn't even think that was okay.
That's what I'm here for.
Appreciate that, sir.
It's a miss. So
Holy cow, a miss.
Yes. Yeah. You get potential. You were for like 3 sessions. You've been bitching about how you marked no potential.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear a damn thing.
Only 2 though. I did get an advancement though, so that's good.
Yeah. All right, Wraith, tell me what that looks like. I'll let you decide what the miss means.
His failing of comfort and sport.
Yeah. What does that look like? I'll let you tell me what that looks like. No pressure. If I had to guess, I would say that sounds great. The story Nick's just told, but it's like he was straight up with them like from the beginning. It sounds like, and you have to explain to your parents how you've lied for a year.
But I think I'm starting to feel insecure from that.
I won't. You don't know market condition. We're not going to make you market condition over that. But like, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, but the more he talks about, how, oh, he just did it, and they were so, they were making light of it and jokes, and I'm just, I'm like, my face just, keeps on looking worse and worse, and like, it's been, it's been a year and a half, and I haven't told them.
Just lie and say it just happened.
Yeah, I just put my head in my hands. I'm like,
oh, that's a good miss right there. Good job. You succeeded in a miss.
I mean, they're gonna put together all the times that I said I was staying out late, that I was with friends, and they're gonna know I've been lying to them the entire time.
Yeah, but that's.
I know
I
it's
mean,
teenager,
that
but
kind of goes with
still.
the territory. No, not the teenager stuff, superhero stuff. Obviously, secret identity. There's literally a whole article of the Constitution that protects that kind of stuff. I mean, I think
I know, but
yes,
it's
it's
you know,
lying.
and it's just gonna
Lying, but
lead to,
it's justified.
oh, and I was brought in by my mentor who's now dead from being a superhero.
Well, you could maybe ease them into that.
It's,
Sorry,
just throw in
sorry.
my
That
head, just like
levity was
eating
inappropriate.
mindlessly
Sorry.
froyo.
Froyo just doesn't taste as good as it normally does tonight.
Mine tastes great.
I'm like,
Yeah, it's like sunshine in your mouth for Nyx.
maybe I'll wait a little longer.
Do you want us to go with you?
Oh.
We can reveal ourselves all together.
Oh. Mali is supporting. Roll plus mundane. That's awesome. Ooh, what a hit. All right. On a hit, they hear you.
I hear him.
And so it's up to they. So on a hit, they hear you. They mark potential clear condition or shift labels if they open up to you. So what does Wraith do? And what does Wraith choose if he does open up?
I think I want to shift labels. I'm going to shift my mundane up. And I will actually shift my danger down.
Okay. So what does opening up look like?
I'm like, and I think he, you actually see the tears well up in his eyes just from, the stress of the day. And he'll just, give Molly a hug and just, bury the head in the shoulder for, a second. Just like I'm glad I have friends like you guys.
And Molly would start to cry.
And the tears set everything on
Leech,
fire.
And Leech would be coming in and hugging
Oh.
both of you.
Big hug, group hug.
Into the group hug. Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was sort of expecting Nyx to just keep on eating, but
I think Nyx would just grab a big spoonful and then come in for
and
the
then
group
hug. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't do a hard pass.
Load
She didn't
up.
do a hard pass, so good job. Cool. So, yeah, and I'm not sure this tech. Do you guys think this is like a celebration or no?
No.
No, we're not there yet.
Not
Okay.
there yet.
This
All right,
is
that's fair.
definitely
It's definitely a
Wraith's
moment of support and
vulnerability or
awesomeness.
weakness, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
agreed on
true.
that.
That's
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah, so let's what is that? Let's see here. So I'm gonna say let's make it shoot, let's see.
Well, I think during this,
Mhm.
I'll say, because I'm obviously stressed and everything. And I tell him, the last words, Night Stalker told me is that I have to choose the next member of the Legion of the Night. That falls on me as the youngest member of the Legacy.
Wow, that's heavy.
That's too much to put on a teenager.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Night Stalker chose me, and now, I'm stepping up into that role, and it's scary.
Cool. So yeah, let's do what's your move? I'm desperately trying to look it up here.
I
mean,
give a
he
condition and
basically just
give
did.
them influence
Yeah.
over me.
Oh, he just did. Okay. I was making sure that was
Yeah.
the case.
So
Yeah,
if
when you share a
Molly does not
vulnerability
have
or weakness with
influence,
someone, tell them a secret about your legacy, including your own true feelings about it, to clear a condition and give them influence over you.
Cool. I'll count everybody in this case if you're comfortable with that, Wraith.
yeah, you all get influence. Do you all have influence?
I did not.
Excellent.
I did.
Okay.
Then you get to shift
I did.
labels. You both
Okay.
get to shift labels.
Yeah, both get the shift labels. And
Labels
and
everywhere.
do they get to clear a condition? Did you say? I can't believe I still can't
it's
find
actually
this.
I cleared condition.
Oh, you clear condition. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, Leech, Molly, how do you shift the labels on Wraith?
Oh, you just had me go first. You can go
I was
first.
asking if, okay. Okay, I would shift. Oh,
No pressure.
I'm gonna say. Oh no, I'm not feeling pressured. I'm feeling analytical.
Oh, even better.
How about superior up and mundane down?
Cool. How about Molly?
I was like to go to shift mundane back up.
You can.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, you're allowed to do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'd raise mundane by 1 and danger reduced by 1.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's the best thing I can think.
Cool.
Done.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you, Leech, for pointing that out. I slipped on that one. But you're good. Thank you so much. Awesome. So where do we go next, boys and girl?
Wraith's house.
Ooh, we're jumping straight into the water. Don't worry, it's
I
fine.
I don't know.
Come
I don't know. Do you really want us to push you into this right now?
Race like not tonight. I just lost Night Stalker. I can't handle that tonight.
Okay. I would like to either go to Athena or call her.
Gotcha.
You guys can come if you want. I would prefer to go simply to, make sure that there's no miscommunications but if I have to call, I'll call.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
We'll go with.
Yeah.
Okay. So Athena will give you a new address. It seems like, again, she kind of goes, she has a bunch of different, like, throwaway identities, it almost seems. But this one, let's say it's actually at a police station.
All right.
Yeah, it's like probably actually rather nearby one. So you guys you're in plain clothes now, all of you?
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
changed. Yeah.
All right. So you guys walk in, and Athena walks straight up to you guys. She's in like a patrol person's uniform, sergeant stripes. She's like, "Ah, you four, this way." And like
Okay.
this whole interaction goes unnoticed. It's so mundane in the the entrance of the police station. And before you guys know it, you guys are in an interrogation room of all places.
Nope. I don't go in.
Too many bad memories.
Yeah, so Athena's like herding you guys in, and Leech steps back, and she's like,
I just stop right in front of the doorway. Whoever's behind me just bumps right into me.
I'll say that's Athena. She's like, "Are you going in?"
No.
And she like breaks character there for a second. She's not the cop for a moment. You hear a big sigh. There's actually like her breath is on the back of your neck. She's so close to you because she's literally bumped straight into you. She's like, "Yeah, all right. I'll tell you what. How about the interview side? it's over there through that door if you want to at least see what's going on. Your
Can I
choice.
use the intercom?
Yes, there's an intercom.
Sweet. Sweet. All right.
All right. So yeah, so Wraith doesn't come in. Ethini goes in. Door slams behind her. Two-way glass over here. Looks to mirror. Of course, from your side is the mirror, of course. And she kind of sits you guys down. There's like the heavy tables bolted to the ground with a little the little manacle clamps. Where they put the little manacles through or whatever, handcuffs. She's like, well, yeah, I saw everything on the news myself. It's sad that I have to get my intelligence to the news these days. However, I just wanted to make sure you guys are all right and also fill you in. I've been making some progress. She takes off her hat, puts it on the table. She kind of looks around. First of all, is everyone okay? Hermes is a powerful, powerful villain, as you found out.
Physically, yes. Did we catch the news at all?
You could have like a bootlegged feed over at the headquarters type of thing.
Did it mention anything about Night Stalker?
Yes. Basically, things are confirmed as much as the news can confirm. They basically went to Captain Midnight for a statement, but he refused. So as far as Halcyon City is concerned, he is gone, and there is a ceremony of mourning that will be happening the next day, type of thing. Flags at half mast. People saying nice things about him in a room of rich people, type of thing.
Okay. So then, yeah. All of that, everything that happened is true. It sounds like everything that you warned us about is happening.
He's mobilizing.
And this looks like a direct hit on I forgot the group name. What was your
Night?
Thank you, Legion of the Night. Who would be his biggest threat at this point?
He's like, if I had to guess, it was as much a political statement as any. That his worst enemies can't even stand against his minions.
I'll let her know that I talked to Green Falcon and all the stuff that he told me. They're getting more people together. I'd give her the information about the website, and that we're trying to at least send them through this website to help organize what's going on. Trying to gather an army.
Like, yeah, about that. So I'm behind that plan, 100%. I have another identity that works at KCBA, local television station. He's like, I like the Violet Vanguard to do an interview. What do you think? Don't all speak up at
Why?
once. And she wraps her knuckles on the two-way mirror.
Like, why exactly?
He's like, we need to use the city's sympathy to our advantage. We need followers. We need anti-followers to Father Apollo. And for all that's good and it's bad, the media is a great way to get people to listen to your story.
Wouldn't
Well, we
that
already
cause
have
confusion?
what kind of confusion? What do you mean? I mean, that's kind of what we want,
This
right?
disembodied
Because-
voice, a little crackling. It's not the best PA system.
Yeah. Sorry, for a minute there, I forgot that I was participating in this conversation, and I was just having a lot of fun watching it. Um, but don't we want to cause confusion? Because we want people to not be devoted to Father Apollo.
Yeah, but I think most of the, if nothing else, most of the higher ups that are following Father Apollo are not going to be very easily swayed at all.
But I don't think we should be focusing on the higher ups. We need to focus on the masses because what we need is numbers.
And Athena points towards the glass, exactly.
Yeah. Well, this would be, if nothing else, this would be Nyx's still timidness towards Father Apollo. Kind of still has that figure of authority over her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Is that something that you would have shared with us that that's a cue that we would have picked up on or something maybe?
She would have shared that he had that magnetic force towards people that had that charisma, and she still has an attachment to him, but still needs to see him go. Understands that he needs to be taken down, but I mean, when the time that we had the chance to fight him, you would have probably saw her shaking in her boots, like.
Okay.
So I mean, it might have been a cue that you would have probably been able to pick up on, yeah, that she might just feel that it's not going to do much help to do this. We just got to get throw as much people at him as we could. That's her thought.
Okay. Can I do
That'd be pierce the mask, wouldn't it?
yeah, that's the one.
Cool. Yeah, roll plus mundane. If you're doing this is to Nyx, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have advantage or influence over me too.
Yep. So add +1 to whatever that is.
An 8. All right.
Cool. Actually, a 9 because you have influence.
No,
You had +1.
I added the +1 into the roller.
Oh, gotcha. Well, still
Yeah.
same level. All right. Ask one of the
Yep.
questions.
I know what I want to ask. I just have to think of how to phrase it.
Sure.
How could I get your character to overcome her anxiety about rebelling against her father?
Oh. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a palpable piercing of the mask.
So to get her to do that, I think she needs to be basically probably just soldiered on. Like, this is what we're doing. You're a part of this team. You know that this needs to happen. This is what we're doing. And then, she's never really been that much of a leader. She's definitely a follower and a soldier, but not that much of a take charge person. Unless, I'm snapping the heads off of clones or something.
Yeah.
Odds of that situation happening in are low, but not nil.
Right.
So I think that would be the best way to go, is just be like, this is our best option. We're going to do your plan, but we need to do this plan too. You're part of the team. This is what the team's doing.
Okay. So I'm going to overcome my own fear, face my own fear, and come back into the interrogation room and sit down with everybody.
Yeah, Athena raises an eyebrow but doesn't say anything. Close the door behind you.
Okay, look. I am terrified of this room, but here I am sitting in it. You're terrified of going against your father, but you have to do it. It's the only way to take him down. And you know he needs to be taken down, right?
Yes, I know. It's just he has so much ways to get people to follow him. It just seems like a daunting task.
Don't think of it like that. Think about it as manipulations. Think about it as falsehoods, because that's literally what they are. He's not a genuine person. He is an imitation of a person. He's a villain that needs to be brought down. He's not your father. He's a villain.
Okay. She kind of like her eyes will kind of open up a little bit more about that, never actually considering the idea of him being just a villain as opposed to being, Father Apollo, the person who has tormented so many other people, the person who, killed so many of her sisters, and just another villain to go take down. So she's on board. She's still kind of reserved about it, but ready to go fight in whatever capacity is needed.
Cool.
So Athena speaks up. She's like, all right, was that a yes on the interview or no?
I'll do it.
It's a yes for me.
Yeah. I mean, if it's the only way.
All right. Yeah.
What's
Molly?
Molly's answer?
As long as I'm masked.
I assume that's the whole point, is we are
Yes.
in costume.
Yeah, you're the Violet Vanguard.
I mean, the only one that would be recognizable would be me, because I don't really wear a mask, even though I do look different when I'm not in my costume.
You're Hannah Montana, maybe. It's all right.
Yeah, it's the difference between Clark Kent and Superman. There's really not that much difference, and yet somehow nobody ever seems to realize.
I did see this one thing. It's like Zoe Deschanel without her bangs or the glasses. She does not look anything like her, and it's basically like this somehow becomes possible.
This is a true statement. Also, Superman is 6'1" and Clark Kent is like 5'10".
He's 6'1"
boots.
and a half. Yeah. It's like a little risers. Funny.
That's true. He does wear boots.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see here. So here's a big question. So this is episode 9.
Mhm.
What I would like to, and next episode is the last episode of this campaign. So it's gonna be big. I would like to move to let's jump to the interview, if that's cool with you guys. Squeeze that in yet tonight, and we
Sure.
should finish on time, no problem, even with the end of session moves. Is that groovy for you guys?
Sure. Fine
Yeah.
with me.
All right, let's do it. So yeah, we'll jump ahead. It's let's say we can say it's like later that day. You guys, Athena is the one giving the interview. She get another one of her guises. Probably how she's survived this long, just having all these identities fall back on. When one gets exposed by Father Apollo and his minions, suddenly that one ceases to exist and never comes back to work, and next day she's serving Froyo up or something, whatever. Or she's managing that Froyo stand, etc., etc. Yeah, she's and this is and Nix, you especially, this is like a huge kick in the face to Father Apollo that his daughter is sitting right there in the open, mocking him more or less with her very presence, being the one leading this interview. Yeah, the interview starts. You guys are in like the studio. Have you guys ever been in it? Have your characters ever been in a studio like this before? It's like you guys kind of step in, and it's like someone filming a movie. Like the backdrops and everything looks so high tech and glamorous, but if the camera was to pan off screen, you'd be like, it's all cement and gray, and the crappy snack table over here, craft services type of thing, with the all that's there is like celery, what. But everything looks glamorous here, and everything is kind of mundane and crappy over there. And it's just very surreal for you to step off of crappy straight onto awesome as you step onto like the interview platform of the station. Um, and Athena, starts off the interview. She's like, "Hi, this is Chase Manhattan, and today I'd like to bring you the Violet Vanguard. It's like these are the heroes of the day, the people who stopped Hermes and Skyrocket, and led a large group of onlookers to safety. And they're up and coming in the hero scene, but I'm bringing them here for a very special message. Uh, we lost a great hero of the city. He was called Night Stalker. He's very likely the reason that some of my viewers are here to watch this show. He is the reason others didn't lose faith in themselves, and he has been a hero in every way that we can define a hero, even in Halcyon City. And there isn't anyone who would disagree with that. This is a team that carried on in his stead, made sure everyone was safe, and that the villains were taken care of. And I'd just like to share with you a little of their story and their struggle. And she kind of you can see the camera now pans over to you guys. Another one kind of focuses on her. You can imagine someone up in a room. And 2. And camera 3. Hold on 3. 2. 3. 1. And she starts off by saying, could I ask you to each introduce yourselves in turn? And you guys have all been fixed with lapel mics, much to your chagrin, probably. And she'll like gesture to Wraith, like, say something.
I'm Wraith, member of the Legion and the Violent Vanguard.
I'm Leech.
And you can see,
Leech
Athena's like, keep talking. That's how an interview works.
So I'll turn around. I'm Nyx. Very stage fright, by the way. Just oh my god.
All these cameras.
I'm a part of the Violent Vanguard. I'm Nyx.
Did Molly leave the scene? Or I should say Joshua?
Yeah, Josh had to BRB.
Oh, no problem. All right. So yeah, let's listen to Molly.
He's right here. Give us a second.
Oh, for you stream viewers out there, look at the magic that's about to happen. Oh my god. Joshua's just behind Billy Joe, and oh my god! Suddenly this is by magic, he's right there. So the the mic turns on Molly. And the thing is like, and that is Molly of the Violet Vanguard. And so Athena's like, Chase Manhattan. She's like, there's a war going on, and many of you, my viewers, heroes out there, don't even realize it. And enemy number 1 is a villain named Father Apollo. And if you guys look off screen, like where they're doing the tech work, you'll see like what must be popping up. You actually see one of the few pictures of Father Apollo appear, and it's not just him. a cult leader, he's a villain, he's a murderer. And even younger heroes such as the Violet Vanguard are prepared to face him. She's like, and she actually does, they need your support. Would you care to comment on that? And she kind of looks to Wraith first, like, participate, you freaking interviewees.
I'm like, everyone needs to understand how dangerous Father Apollo is. The followers he's gathering, like those today, murdered Night Stalker, a hero that was well respected throughout the city. Just last month, what was the city that they
Midway.
Midway? Just last month, Father Apollo led his same group of followers in trying to take down or take control of Midway City for his nefarious aims, and was only beaten back, barely by, all the great heroes in the area. If we don't take action soon, he will try the same type of plots in Halcyon City. And as a member of the Violet Vanguard and the Legion of the Night, we will not stand for it.
Yeah. Just like, and and Chase is like, I'd just like to say on behalf of the entire city that we feel your loss, Wraith. Certainly not as deeply as you would, but we feel it. This whole city feels it. That this hero that served us was taken away by Father Apollo. And she keeps kind of trying to harp on the crappy things he's done. And, you can see her kind of mirroring Father Apollo, crappy things we've done. The guy she murdered, awesome, and has helped every one of you. Blah, blah, blah. You can see where she's going.
I think Nyx would muster up her courage at this point after Wraith and start speaking up. Not only is Father Apollo a supreme villain as he is my father. And she shows her tattoos, I guess her marks.
Mm.
These mark me as not only a follower of the Children of the Light, but also as one of his actual children. I'm an anomaly. Father Apollo kills all of his daughters. He doesn't want any daughters. They're weak in his eyes. He is someone who doesn't care about his people or anybody else. He just wants power. That's all he craves. I found a way to escape. I found my new family here in the Violent Vanguard. I do my best to help every single person that I see and to make sure that they are able to live the lives as they want to see fit. Father Apollo does not want that. He wants to control every bit of your life, no matter how good or bad it may be. You might think it's good to begin with, but being under complete totalitarian control is never good. We need people to stand up against them. And at that, she just kind of fades back into the background.
Cool. Are Molly or Leech going to speak up?
Leech is currently not here.
Oh, well, it looks like Molly has to say something. What's Molly doing, even if he is not saying anything?
Staring at the camera.
All chalky colored. blood drained from the face.
We need help.
You're not the poster child we're looking for, but you may be the poster child we deserve. I don't know. All right, I'll wait for Leech to get back briefly. We got this. Oh, wait. As if on cue. We are that good.
Hey, here I am.
Here I am. What's Leech doing? Does he take a chance? Does he take a turn rather at the microphone, if you will?
Yeah, what did I miss? Just
Nyx, was talking about, how Father Apollo, kills all of his daughters, horrible totalitarian ruler.
Oh yeah, just that. Yeah.
Just that.
Okay.
He wants to control everybody's life.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Okay, so you basically got all of the bad stuff out there. And put the fear of Father
Some of
Apollo
it.
into people. So yeah, he Leech would say, yeah, he's a really bad guy, but he has a weakness, and his weakness is that he gets his power from the people that follow him. So if we, ignore him, basically, turn away from him, then the more people that do that, the more power he loses.
And Chase interrupts you as she sees, and if other people are against him, does that cancel out his own followers' ability to support him? She's trying to. You can tell she's like trying to steer you in that direction.
Yeah, for sure.
So what can the public do to help in this fight then, Leech?
Everybody just has to have faith that he can be defeated. That he's not all that. He's just another villain. He's just another villain for heroes to take out, and we absolutely will. He's nothing special.
And you can just imagine like, and camera one, and Chase has like the microphone for her. She's like, just another pathetic villain. That's all Father Apollo is. That's all he ever will be. That's all he ever was. You've heard it here on KCBA. Good night. And cut.
Awesome.
All right. We're going to end the session there unless you guys had some like end of session stuff you'd wanted to tie up real fast.
I'm just curious how we didn't get attacked right then, by the way.
I do want to do... oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Leech.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, especially with Athena and Nyx both in the same room at the same time. And on live TV.
I do want to quick do one last scene. Wraith, as you get home. Do you go visit
Oh, yeah.
Katie?
Pop into Katie's room.
Yeah. You walk in, and there are tendrils of darkness wrapping all around her, and she's like, I don't feel so good, bro. And then we'll cut it.
Oh, snap.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right.
I'll write that.
Cliffhanger for episode 10. Cool. So, if you guys are good, let's do end of session moves.
Yeah.
End of session.
Cool. Well, we start with Nyx. Have you grown closer to the team? Have you grown into an image of yourself? Or have you grown away from the team?
I think I've probably grown closer to the team. Probably Leech. With the whole interaction we had in the interrogation room.
Giving you some tough love.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you've grown away?
Closer.
Oh, closer. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, okay. So you already explained that. So does Leech have influence over you?
He does.
Yes, I do.
All right. So shift some labels and clear a condition or mark potential. Nix.
I think I'm gonna
I'm gonna mark potential.
Okay.
Your savior's already maxed. Let's do superior up and danger down.
Alright.
All right. How about Mali? Have you grown close to the team in an image of yourself or away from the team?
Closer to the team.
Okay. Who made you feel welcome?
It was actually a race breakdown.
Oh wow, good. All right. Does Wraith already have influence over you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
All right. Shift the labels and Mali, choose whether or not to you want to clear condition or mark potential.
And mark
Alright,
potential.
Excellent.
I'm going to lower your freak and increase your mundane.
Ooh. Nice.
Interesting.
Interesting. Cool. All right. Leech, have you grown closer to the team in an image of yourself or away from the team?
That's a great question.
It
Definitely
is.
not away from the team. I can tell you that much. I'm gonna say grown into an image of myself.
Nice. All right. So how do you see yourself and why?
Well, the news about graduating from the halfway house was definitely it definitely gave him a lot to think about because he didn't think that he had changed that much. So it was a bit of a shock to his system
Oh, pretty cool.
for George to say that. So he he sort of is learning how to compartmentalize. Like he was able to put that aside but still focus on helping Wraith, helping to comfort Wraith.
Very cool.
So I think I'm going to shift my superior up and my mundane down.
Excellent. Perfect. All right. Wraith, have you grown close to the team into an image of yourself or away from the team?
I've gotten closer to the team. It was definitely Mali throwing out the offer to, come help me tell my parents about my superpowers.
Nice.
And I believe Molly does have influence over me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna mark
my
potential.
shoes.
Nice. How would you like to shift them, Mali?
I'm gonna raise danger by 1 and lower savior by 1.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Cool, man. Guys, good episode. Good session.
Yeah, that was fun.
Good times.
All right, awesome. So yeah, so prepare thyself. This coming Sunday, assuming everyone is available, we absolutely have to have everybody there for this last session. It would be a travesty of game mastering or gaming in general were I to allow an episode gone without everyone here. I won't. I don't want to be that guy. I won't be that guy. So assuming nothing goes wrong, Sunday will be the last episode, and it will be a doozy. So
Cool.
same bad time, same bad channel, same Vanguard time, same Vanguard channel. So
Yeah.
awesome episode. All of you guys were, yeah, you showed off your role playing skills today, so you brought it. Very nice on all fronts. So I'm very much impressed. So keep being awesome all week long. And as to let's do the outro. So we have, again, Steve as Wraith, the Legacy. We have Billy Joe as Leech, the Reformed.
Bye.
We have Mali as, or Joshua as Mali, the Nova. Excuse me. Or he's actually Mali, he plays Joshua. We don't know. We're theorizing on that one. And then we have Adam playing next to Skyon.
Hello.
Yes, and I am Scott's Case Files. Scott's Case Files, which is the channel you're in theory watching on Twitch. If you are interested in saying more, especially next episode, it's a big one. Actually, next week is big for all, or both the Urban Shadows and Mass, so to me, pretty cool. Anyway, so if you want to be sure to be here for that, click on the follow up here. Click to also be notified when I go live. And to talk about stuff offline, we got the Twitters and the Discord below. Click on those links and it'll take you right there. And otherwise, again, thanks to my players. You're awesome. Keep being awesome. And we will see you next week. Bye for now.